So the foreign chef of that homeless place was asking me, did you tell the police about that illegal immigrant working for us for almost 10 years it was? After 10 years, you become a Swiss by passport, not by heart and not by opinion of all the other Swiss being Swiss. But yeah, so then I went like, it's in my book. So he's been asking me a lot of questions like, like, where I always could like say it's in the book actually. So it was like the third question or something like that. Me saying it's in the book. And he went like, oh yeah, cool and stuff. So yeah. And I actually asked him, but it's the people, if they say so, the story goes that illegal. He has been at the police and he lied to them. So then he opened up about that man and he said, yeah, he's got sacked. He was like taken in at a bus station. I had this information myself. I knew that was happening. And then he said and gave me some additional information. And then took refuge in Spain, Santiago de Compostela. So by the time he said that word, Santiago de Compostela, I knew he's lying because I told him, oh, it's really difficult to get there. So for me, it's not like easy to go there and check. And also, why would he give me him not being in contact with all those people, as he says, because they have sacked him, like really told him, you got the money from your salary, now please, we want you to leave. Because he was always finding empty houses and putting homeless people into those houses, like the foreign pastor has done that was creating this help organization. So it's kind of believable, but not really. So then he gives me a place. And how, tell me, would he know about the whereabouts if he's not like in real close contact? Because he went like, and he's hiding out there. He doesn't need to hide out, The Portuguese laws, or if it's Spain, might be totally different to the Swiss laws, and he can be there. So how would he know about these legal issues? That's the first question crossing my mind. And the other question was like, why would he go and giving me a place? Because he's still around. So now I know where this illegal immigrant is. So he is at the very north village of the district from this financial capital I went to yesterday. He's not at that office where he used to work for almost 10 years, like 8 years, and he speaks quite a bit of Swiss German and stuff. No, they have every Christmas, some transmission on the television from any place from this helping organization. So last time it was from that place in the north, and the woman went like not showing every inhabitant. Mostly those inhabitants are very proud to live there. Some of them are even disabled, so they would be really cheered up if some television crew interviews them or asks them just a question, or if they can be in the room when the leader of this place is being interrogated. So I know, because she hasn't shown all the people living there, that now she's the one hiding those people, because the office in the midst of Zurich, like in the outer, but it's in Zurich city, like in the outer regions, there is an office, and illegal immigrants, they can go there every day and eat. So all the Swiss, they have just, gone. They don't like this atmosphere, people like, whereas you would take the food, you go home, you cook something nice, and they just sit there all day, and like in wintertime, it's even worse. And now, because I was 2 years ago homeless in Zurich, I know why they wouldn't give me a place, because usually when people have been at that organization, and I have lived there in one of these abandoned houses, and I had a huge rent to pay, but then still the kitchen wasn't working and stuff, so that's a legal situation by itself. So I could have like made a lot of troubles to them, like about, stuff isn't working, I'm gonna tell the officials, but I wasn't. So because they think I have told the police, and now I'm telling you, I have told the police. I was there like for an hour and longer, and the reason I told them was because I got hit, no police was called, and even later on, when he wasn't in danger at all, this illegal guy, and I wanted to actually do something about the liquid LSD and not be in any danger, I was not offered any help. So because of this really bad circumstances, I needed to go to the police just to be safe myself in the future. So yeah, he asked me, did you do that? And I know that it's not a question that rises from his mind. It's around, having been around at this organization for a long time, because he was working there until like, what did he say? Not really like, when I left, he left too, because they were doing everything differently from then on, because the leader was kind of old and he was like giving all the organization to other people. And like from this office I'm talking about, where this illegal guy has been working for 8 years, and he got offered a place to stay, the train, official transport system tickets, the, food, because he organized free food to be taken in at that place and then distributed to people. So he was never ever even like thinking about me being so thin, about the stress that I'm in, being homeless and having this toxic relationship, like where I got to be a victim because, I wasn't able to leave and I was like in shock and stuff. All this, he was never really helping me to get into that sleep in that they have. So I was always out, even in the winter, and he was looking at me, how I was grabbing sheets and blankets and stuff just to be warm. So all the while he was doing so, he probably was thinking, if we give her a place, she might be a risk, because she's doing such, she's not really bonding. I'm not like, you're my friend. I take all these sheets and stuff, and if the next day you treat me wrong, then I spit at you. I was in that kind of mental state then, so I would have done so. And he kind of sensed that, and so he thought to himself not to be in danger, he would just not offer me all these possibilities. So whenever I had grabbed all the sheets and blankets and clothes that I wanted, I always left the office. I wasn't hanging around there and talking to the people and getting to know all the possibilities, even though for 2 years I knew about that sleep-in. Yeah, so when they offered me a place, finally I went like, oh yeah, finally. Now I'm not homeless anymore. I can have all my stuff at home. I can go out. I can, live. So that illegal immigrant working with a not transparent salary, so they would just give him help, like this office gave out help to all the needing ones, but he was working for them at the same time. So that one was the situation when so when he asked me, I knew that the organization would not help me 2 years ago when I went and asked, can I now live at this official sleep-in that you created after you have given up, like the former leader, the founder of the organization and all of that. They founded a real sleep-in, and now no illegals are there anymore. So they wouldn't give me a place right there because I was danger and I was persona non grata. From now on, I always will be. So if I ever get homeless again and I go to Zurich, I don't need to expect them to help me. All the organizations on the television, they say, are all linked to each other and it's one conglomerate, but it's differently when you go there and you talk to one of those places, which will always be open for me. And I tell him, you could get yourself some sailing boat together with the other houses of this huge organization. He goes, no, let's just do it with this house. So I know they're not really liking each other too much. So I can always still go have a quiet place to work inside at a table and be able to, you know, have electricity, and I can always be having coffee, real the cheapest in Zurich. I can always be asking for socks and other clothes. That one won't vanish. But yeah, yesterday kind of cleared in my mind that these people, from the moment I had left until now, they had no idea what's happening. And they were all talking about me, like going, it's probably been her. But today, they will be informed it was me. So all those years, because the book wasn't out, I wasn't contacting them. These people aren't my friends. So that's what happened yesterday, all of these things. So now, yeah, I'm leaving you, telling you that I'm not a foreign hater. I just want to have some respect and decency for me, because I live here in this country, and it was like 4 or 5 times I got hit, my hand swollen, 3 times as big it got, my face hit several times, my knee bitten into my leg. And then in the end, the 2 incidences I wanted to go to the police were when he was actually threatening to throw hot water all over my face, and then on an incident he was carrying me, and that one was my partner at that time. He was carrying me out of that office I just have met the has-been leader of. So he, yesterday, that pastor was sitting in front of me, and he was the one that said, the liquid LSD, no, don't do anything about it. And he was the one that was not giving me a place to sleep at that organization, only until I had a bottle thrown at my head and I was bleeding and I couldn't go home, and it was Christmas time, you know. So he gave me a place there. So, and then yesterday also, you know, all these things got clear. Now I'm happy. I need a hitchhike if someone is coming. No car coming, so I want to go to the nearest village, and I buy coffee there, and I get some money, and then I go to the city, and if I meet that other guy, I'm telling him, you know, because of you now I got a real nice video idea, which I'm gonna do as soon as those baseball clubs get to me. So bye bye. Yeah, and that's the reason why I got not helped 2 years ago when I was homeless. I slept in a tent in the woods. That's the reason why, because the new leader of this place where you couldn't go during winter time and sleep at the sleep-in was really kind of giving me dirty blankets and, you know, doing nasty jokes, and was telling the others to give me, like the nasty joke was giving me dirty blankets. When I ask for a blanket, I don't want a dog sleeping on it before that, and so I get all the whatevers. Bye bye. You know, the illnesses. Bye bye.